Hello and welcome to another episode of Capital 10 Tutorials. Today we're going to be looking at a song that's just come out by Mraz called Better With You. Yeah, I think it's a really interesting song. It's pretty simple, also just a couple of chords, but there's a really cool fingerstyle type pattern that incorporates strumming and also plucking, which is really interesting. This part is actually written for a ukulele, I think, so it's going to sound slightly different on the guitar, but it's still completely playable and it sounds good. So I think it works. So it's going to start off with this sort of bass line where you're going to play the 5th string and then you're going to strum down and then up, down, up, and it's going to repeat. So bass note on the 5th string, down, up, and you're going to repeat that. And then you're going to play the same bass notes, but this time instead of over an A minor chord which we just played, we're going to play a D major chord. Up, down, up, with the same pattern with the right hand. Thumb, down, up, repeats. And then we're going to change. We're going to take our first finger, put it on the 2nd fret, and we're going to play a G major chord, but we're not going to put our 2nd finger down because it doesn't need to be down. We're only playing from the 5th string. We're going to play the bass notes. Same pattern. That is a G over B, and then the last chord we're going to play is an E minor chord with our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Okay, this is an E minor over G. And that's pretty much the chords for the intro and the verse. So I'll just play through the beginning. So the chorus isn't too difficult. It's got 3 chords. You can kind of follow a similar pattern by playing the bass line. I prefer just to strum all of the chorus because it's a little bit more upbeat. It's generally how choruses are. So here we're going to go da 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 da. Start off with our G major chord, and then to an A7 chord, which is kind of an interesting harmonic thing here, and then to a C major chord. And then back to a G chord. And then that whole section repeats. And then at the very end of the chorus, there's this interesting chord that he includes, I kind of like. It's an E7 over G sharp, or an E major over G sharp. One of the two, I'm not sure. And it's kind of like this sudden, almost like a harmonic lift, which resolves into the 2nd verse, which is the same as the intro chords, same as the verse chords, A minor, D, G, and then E minor over G. Then goes back into the chorus. After that it goes into the bridge, which follows this a similar progression, but there's a slight difference. It goes from an A minor chord to D major chord, and then it goes to a G major chord, and then G over F sharp. We've got this descending bass line, and then to an E minor chord, and then C, and then D, and then back in the chorus. And that's pretty much it. So it's quite simple, pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy to have to worry about, except for the intro. And that's a really good exercise to practice making sure that your thumb is on the right string. If you can get that right, you're totally set and you'll be on your way. Yeah, so I hope this has been a helpful tutorial. If you have any criticisms or any ideas of songs that I could do or things that I can improve on, please let me know. I am open ears to any suggestions. And otherwise, I will see you next time.